Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Yin Yoga class. Our theme for our class is change. Change, how change comes in our life. We can think about embracing change, or we can think about how we choose the change. But of course, as we progress through life, change does come. And however it does, enjoying this journey. So in our first pose, lying down onto the ground on our back. Now, when you spend time in stillness, clarity is created. Created in mind and in body, it's a softening. So here with our knees bent, place one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your belly. Close your eyes and inhale and exhale. This Ujjayi breath that we use is a softer version. But I want you to feel the opening into the front, sides, the back of the body, the inhale breath, the exhale breath, the softening in your physical body. And coming back, place your hands down towards the ground and open up your eyes, crossing your right ankle over top of the left knee. For figure 4, you may hold here or wrap your hands around the left leg, drawing your left knee in towards the body. Now, you may want to let the left leg dangle. Inhale, opening up. Exhale again, the softening into our physical body. Now, as we turn into ourself, we let ourselves start to release stress, tension. This will help us to remove, release any resistance to the unknowns of the future. Now with the exhale breath, slowly taking your foot down and uncrossing the right ankle from the left knee, taking your left foot up, crossing your ankle over the right knee, hold here, and then wrapping your hands around the right leg. And again, you may want to let the right foot dangle. And as you let your body soften in towards the ground, feel your hips start to open, your pelvis release into the ground. Having our eyes closed, but noticing sensations in our physical body. Noticing areas that could be a little bit tighter. Turning your breath to those areas. Inhale, opening up. The exhale, letting go. Now the exhale breath, releasing your foot down towards the ground, and then crossing your ankle. Now taking your right knee, left knee in towards the chest, and here hold for cradle. We move into figure four again. So taking right foot, left foot down to the ground, and then crossing your right ankle over top of your right ankle over top of the left knee, but a little bit different here. We're just tipping our legs over to the right side. So I'd like you to take your arms in line with the shoulders and tip your legs over to the right side and turn your head the opposite way. Just a little bit different here. That we're opening up through the lower part, upper belly. So you might actually start to feel a little bit of movement into the lower part of your belly. You might hear some sounds, food digesting. And we're here for a good minute. So with our eyes closed, we let ourselves welcome changes with feeling this openness in our mind, our body, and our heart. Bring our head back towards the center. And now slowly bringing the knees back towards the center. Uncrossing the right ankle. Moving into the other side, we cross our left ankle over top the right knee. Arms in line with the shoulders. We draw the left knee down towards the left side, turning the head the opposite way of your legs. We use our breath to open and soften the inhale for support, strength. Now coming out of the twist, turning our head back towards the center and legs coming back towards the center. Uncrossing your ankle and now right knee, then left knee coming in towards the chest. So take your arms back down and wrap your hands around your legs. Now, I hope you enjoyed that twist as much as I did. It's such a great twist for helping the intestines. A nice compression here. We have another twist coming up. We take our legs up, and now we take our legs up and over to the left side. Again, the arms will be coming in line with the shoulders and turning your head the opposite way of the knees. Now you may want to turn your palms up towards the sky. A little bit more opening instead of having your palms down towards the ground. More opening into the physical body. So it may make you feel a little bit more vulnerable. So we take notice of how we're feeling. Maybe hearing sounds, things happening in our internal part of our body, things moving. Let your neck muscles release. So release that cervical spine. Just let the head go. Coming out of the twist, turning your head back towards the center. Legs coming back towards the center. And we bring our legs up and over to the other side. Arms in line with the shoulders, and now have to turn our head the other way. And here, letting your head hang down. Notice your cervical spine. We let our neck release. Now coming out of the twist, turning the head back towards the center. Legs nice and strong, coming back to the center. Now that's usually a nice big twist to each side here. So we're going to take the knees back in towards the chest. Little counter pose. You may want to open up the knees a little bit. So just splay them out to the sides just a little bit here to help the pelvis soften into the ground a little bit more. And now we can release our right foot, left foot down towards the ground, and roll over to the side of the body. And we hold here and then come over to the front of your body, and we make our way into Sphinx. So into Sphinx we go, uncurling the toes, and pubic bone is down. Forearms are down towards the ground, and drawing your shoulders up, but then draw them down away from your ears. With my navel being pulled towards my spine, I can just let my head hang. So again, here is where we want to be able to release into our neck muscles. So just again, let your head hang. Thinking of ice cubes underneath of your belly button. So just lifting it up towards your spine. Feeling your pubic bone down. Notice if you are holding on into the shoulders. Let your head hang so that it's going to take the pressure off those shoulders. Now with the exhale breath, we'll push back first into child's pose. So just coming back into child's pose and hold here. And then make your way up to all fours. And in all fours, toes down towards the ground into melting heart. So a little change with the arms. So big step forward with the right hand, left hand, draw the forearms down towards the ground. Then your hips are over top of the knees. With my forehead down towards the ground, I'm going to bring my arms up, placing my hands above my head into a prayer position. So hands together. Now that if this pose is not comfortable for your knees, you could be lying on the side of your body with your knees tucked in towards your chest and just holding here. You could also be in child's pose if that's more accessible for you. Now, slowly coming out of melting heart, And making your way up to all fours. That was such a lovely pose to help us to soften. Okay, for all fours, into cat cow. So into cow first, moving through the tailbone first all the time. So draw the navel in, and we draw the tailbone up for cow with an inhale breath. And then an exhale breath, come into cat, big arch. And inhale into cow. Nice flowing movement here. Slow transition. We move through one more cow, one more cat. And then you may find neutral spine, natural S curve up the spine, and coming down towards the ground. So coming down towards the ground, and we're back into lying on the front of our body. And now here, I'd like you to take your right knee up towards your arm. Okay, now we're going to lift up through the upper body. And I will be able to get this right here. Take your left arm underneath of your right arm. So into the armpit. And then we take the right, sorry, did I say right? Take your left arm underneath the right arm, that I did. And then right arm coming up and over top. Yay, I did it. How did that go for you? So it's our twist here again, but you notice we're doing quite a few openings. Openings, helping us to feel open to change. Maybe for that embracing of the change, or how we're choosing the change to come. As we move into the future, you may also turn your head the opposite way of your right knee. Coming out of the twist, bringing your head back towards center. Taking your right arm up and over, and we roll back onto the front of the body. Okay, I hope that twist was as good for you as it was me here. So into the other side for the twist, for the other side, that big opening again. So this time we take our left knee up and the right arm is going to go under. Okay, left knee up, right arm, it scoops underneath of the left arm. And here we take our left arm open and having it in line with the shoulders. You may turn your head the opposite way of the left knee. Now a nice big twist here, representing wringing out of toxins in our body, massaging our organs. So getting rid of everything that does not serve us. And we breathe. With the exhale breath, telling yourself to soften a little bit more, release a little bit more. And now opening up our eyes, turning the head back towards the center and taking the left arm up and over and rolling back over to the front of the body. Now into Shavasana, here we go. So on the front of our body, arms by the side, let the right cheek rest on your mat, and we hold here for a moment. And everyone, we slowly turn our head. So now the left cheek be resting onto our mat. Notice your breath, the inhale and the exhale breath. And coming out of Shavasana, you can turn our head and then bring one arm and then the other arm up and coming back into child's pose. Now, child's pose, you may have one way you would like to do child's pose. So it could be your knees are forward and arms by the sides or ahead. You can have your knees out to the edges of your mats. What would you like to do right now? Also, it's, lots of times, I mean, it's dependent on our body too. So you may want to open up through the knees instead of having your knees forward. Feeling that, you may want to lie on the side of your body and making a nice core shape, with the knees tucked in towards the chest. And now coming out of child's pose and coming up to seated. Our next pose, it's a sage pose. We take both legs forward, straighten myself out, forward, and take your right leg up and over top of the left leg. And sitting up tall here, another twist coming up. So I take the right hand down, sitting up tall, and we turn over towards the right side. Now you may look over top of the shoulder. You may close your eyes. Now it's always good just to release those shoulders. So notice if you're holding on, I would like you to let go and tell yourself to let go. Opening up our eyes, coming out of the twist, coming back to the center, and crossing your leg and into our other side, taking your left leg, take it up, and we cross it over top of the left leg. Place your right hand onto the outside of the knee and take your left hand down. We lift up through our spine and exhale, twisting over to the left side. Again, you may be looking over your shoulder. Noticing our shoulders, we let them soften. And breathe. And now coming out of the twist, taking the head back to the center and uncrossing the legs. Both hands can come behind and then bending one knee and then the other knee with knees wider than the hips, windshield wiper knees side to side. Now you may notice that there is a point in the class where you are able, that you notice that you were able to start to release, soften in your physical body. And you're able to start letting go of things that may be on your mind. Or you may start to have clarity of mind. Always thinking of that stillness. It is very empowering for our mind and body. Okay, so that we're able to do that, so that we're able to let go. Okay, our next pose is deer pose with our left leg coming in front and then the right leg, it is coming behind. Pelvic tilt. And then add the twist. So we're twisting over to the left side. You may come down towards the ground, but keeping that pelvic tilt here. So if it doesn't work for you or you would like to be upright, please still hold that twist, pelvic tilt, and just be here. You do not have to add the forward fold, or it's actually to the side. Still let our neck muscles soften. You may feel this twist a little bit differently. Into the left side of the body or into the right side of the body. And coming out of this pose, so if you were doing that forward fold, may come up, come out of the twist, and switching legs. So now the right leg comes forward and left leg comes behind. And we pelvic tilt. So pressing the left hip forward and add the twist. Okay, fold over to the side. You may let the forehead rest, or we can just let the head hang, or you're upright. And just keeping that twist. You may feel it, this twist, a little bit more into the right side. And it could be into the rib cage here, or just below the rib cage, actually, just a little bit. And how is your breathing? Ready to make our way out of the twist and coming back. Towards the center. We can take our legs forward and give them a little shake out. And now moving into our final pose, Shavasana. So before you move into the final pose, Shavasana, you may find something, blanket, to put over top of your body. So if you can lie down on the floor, the ground here, letting your physical body soften, please do so. You can have your right ankle out to the right corner, left ankle to the left corner of your mat, or you can have your knees bent. You may also come into a seated pose that is comfortable for yourself. You can have legs up the wall. So finding yourself in Shavasana with stillness. We close our eyes. Eye sockets feel heavy. Our facial muscles soften. Release. Our neck softens and releases. Our shoulders let go. Arms soften. We feel our center soften, pelvis, down our legs, soften, letting everything that does not serve us, we let it go through our fingers, through our toes, and release. I will call you back when it is time. And slowly coming back, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. You may notice smells around you. Surface you're lying on. And if you are lying now on your back, you may bend your right knee, then the left knee, taking your right arm overhead, rolling over to your right side to fetal, and then making your way up to a comfortable seated position for yourself. And we place our hands to our heart center. Here, change in our life, choosing to embrace it, choosing how we change, or welcoming change in our mind and our body and our heart. Namaste.